farmers, welcome back to Selendra, making some hay bales, some bigger ones. We're not doing the 150 centimeter anymore because, well, I'm not doing silage anymore, so I won't forget to switch that back and forth. So might as well make bigger bales so I have to take less trips of, less bales to pick up, and I won't have to just go back and forth as much. But then again, we're going to be down to one field of grass anyways. Speaking of that one grass field that we have, or will have, out behind Earl, that field has already been baled and everything. Made some nice hay bales over there. And we just got a few more to pick up here. Or make here, then we'll pick them up. And then we're going to go ahead and plant some soybean over here. I thought about plowing the field, but since it really doesn't need it, why put more wear and tear on my equipment than I need to, I suppose. And speaking of the vehicle, I need some fuel, and a good repair would be good. I can really feel the horsepower difference. Oh yeah, plus I've also got a full bale here. But since we only got like a 180 horsepower tractor, when the wear and tear gets down to half, I don't know how much horsepower I'm down to. I could be down to like 150 horsepower right now, and that's really affecting us quite a bit, because that's a lot of horsepower that you're losing when you have a small engine as it is already. So we'll get the soybean put into these two grass fields here. I'm not going to roll any fields, so we won't gain the 2% that we get from rolling the fields. But we did mulch all of our fields last year, so the harvest should be at 98% anyways, which is pretty darn good. The extra 2% would be nice, but yeah, for time, I just don't have the time to roll the fields this month. I want to get through today and sell the fabric and pay off a whole bunch of that loan, and just see all that money that we save at midnight would be kind of nice. So one more pass here, and then we can pick up these bales, put them into the bale shed. And before I go pick up the bales, though, I think I will go put some fuel into here. I don't need to be running out. I actually ran out of fuel in yesterday's episode of Hinterland. Well, actually, I didn't run out. There was a worker in the tractor, and they ran out of fuel. But it's my responsibility anyway, so I don't want that to happen again. I just barely started blinking in the dark orange color, so we should be okay for a bit. Can that bale just get pushed out of the way? That'd be good, or just keep pushing it along. That's fine too. Oh, okay, I didn't realize I was close to a full bale, so we'll drop that there. And we'll get the last little bit right here. We'll keep it into the baler. It'll be ready for next time when we cut that one lone grass field. Let's go ahead and park up the baler and zip on down to the store and put some diesel into it. I don't need it really to pick up the bales. I got plenty of fuel there. But when I go to seed the soybean in, I'm going to need it. Actually, what I can do to make my trips count, let's go grab the baling trailer, and we'll head, into the village itself. We're kind of like on the outskirts of the village. I mean, the village is right there. You can almost throw a stone and hit the village. Let's bring the baling trailer with us, and that way we're halfway over to Earl's. We can go pick up those hay bales. Oh yeah, and I also did activate the Paint Landscape Anywhere mod, so I can actually flatten out the roads here if I wanted to. And also we can take care of over by the horse stable over there where we tried to make a little bit of a road going through, but I couldn't paint all the way through. I can fix that later on as well. I'll probably leave it as is until we harvest, just because, well, there's soybeans there. Not soybeans, canola. There's canola in that field, so why destroy canola that we put into the ground? We'll leave it there. But we'll fix it up later on after harvest. Alright, Fiat, don't run out of fuel like 20 meters from the station. That would kind of be bad. Actually, I'm going to leave the baling trailer right here in the road. Just because it might be a little bit too tight in here turning around. Should always turn off a vehicle when you're fueling up, right? And so a full tank pretty much costs probably like 250 is what a full tank would cost us. Next, spin around here. So the baling trailer shouldn't get as full because these are bigger bales. I think we go from 6,500 liters a bale down up to 9,000. So it's a big increase. Alright, and away we go. I hope to, if I don't get to roll the grass field this month, which I may not, it's not that big of a deal. I can get this come up next month and just spread some fertilizer onto it. Fertilizer is not going to cost us that much to spread in that field. Yeah, probably should fix the tractor before I start seeding as well, just to help us out a little bit. So of course we shouldn't have the 8 bales that we normally have. I didn't count. I'm guessing like, was it 5 bales maybe? Because now we got bigger bales here. And bale number 1. Yeah, see 3 bales down there. So I actually got 5 bales off the field. So that's pretty darn good considering how much bigger they are. But of course it's probably all the same amount of liters that we got. I'm pretty sure just because we made bigger bales, it's not like we got a better yield out the field. Go grab this one over here. Yeah, the Fiat was struggling over here on the hills with the baler. A couple times I sat there at 2 miles an hour going up small little hills. I was just struggling. I'm like, alright, it's time to repair the Fiat. Probably should have done it before I baled. I'm also thinking once we pay off the loan, I will buy one more piece of land, and it's going to be right over here where these sheds are, because I can park things like the windrower and the tedder over here, because we're only going to have one grass field and I don't need a tedder over by the other fields for straw. And same thing with the windrower, don't need it over there for straw either. We just got the one grass field. As for the mower, it's not just a mower, it's also a mulcher, but I could park it over here as well. But first things first, we got it. We're going to pay off the loan. And then we'll buy some extra land and then start moving some equipment around. Just zigzag my way through here. Can I fit between the fence and the cedar? I think I got plenty of room. Yeah, if I can get between the tree and the fence, I should be able to get between the cedar and the fence. Didn't see that bale there until the last second, but we'll come back and get that in just a moment. Of course, not as many bales as before for the other, the reason that we know we got bigger bales, but I did not mow all the grass behind the sawmill, and I don't know what building that is, just an old brick building, I suppose, an old factory. And just 2 bales over here. So if I get 5 bales off the other grass field, I guess I could just keep the bales over there for a while. No sense in making trips back and forth. But I'm pretty sure I'll go down, pick them up, and put them away into the bale shed. We don't want the hay bales out in the elements of the weather. All right. So 12 bales, which is a good amount considering they got 2,500 liters more per bale. That's right. We also got to take care of the sawmill today. We got to put a couple of trees into there. And someone left the grain trailer over here. I saw that before he turned in. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to approach differently. Kind of forgot about that. I just logged in today, just got right to mowing the grass and turning it over to hay everywhere. Can I squeeze through here carefully, then turn? And that all worked out. Alright, let's go ahead and unload. I think that's going to be in the trigger. There we go. All the bales are in there. You can actually see the different size of the bales. From the 6500s to the 9000s, you can see the different sizes right there. I'll wait for this to fold up, but I think I can drive through. Okay, it's going to fold up before I get through anyways. Alright, let's go drop off the baling trailer. And let's go ahead and move this trailer as well. We're here. And later when I bring the trees over, it won't be an issue. Alright. Now let's go back to the shop and repair this Fiat. Grab the drill, which we should have plenty of fertilizer and seed in it. Well, I know it's plenty of seed. Fertilizer, it should be. I should have plenty of room to park this in here because the animal trailer is still out in the yard. I guess we can call that a yard. It's not much of a yard, but it's a big yard for what we have. Who knew a silage pit would make a good little area for parking your equipment? Alright, let's go tap some wrenches together. And let's fix this thing for 700 bucks. I'm hoping 700 bucks. 785, not a bad guess. Alright. Hopefully it seems to accelerate a lot quicker. I can feel the difference. Always maintain your vehicles. Yeah, so plowing the field, it probably would be, you know, something a real farmer would do when it's been a grass field for so long, you know. But we're going to go ahead and just sew it on up. Soybeans, fertilizer, we are good to go. Let's lower that down. And being a direct drill, no problem whatsoever. Now the only thing, this field is going to be like a 95% yield because of course we didn't mulch it. Actually, let me come across here. I think I'll do this one. I'm kind of used to doing that pattern there. Every time I mow the grass, that's the way I would do it. So it'll be hard to get out of that pattern. This will probably be the only time we actually seed these fields, since this is going to be our last year here. We should be heading out the door in November. Yeah, I've already seen a couple comments as well as for the next series that I could possibly be doing, which is you know, not buying any new equipment. We can only lease equipment or buy from the used section. I've already seen some comments and some suggestions. One of them just came in is there is a lease to buy mod, and I know about the mod, and from what I remember reading about it, if you're unfamiliar with it, don't hold me to 100%, but this is what I remember as I read it, because it's been out for a while, is if you like lease a tractor and you keep the tractor, as long as you keep leasing it, you still pay the leasing fees, but if you pay the equivalent of what the tractor would cost, then you would then just own it outright. Don't hold me to that. That's the way I remember reading it and understanding it. So say, like, I think this Fiat right here costs like $20,000. So if I were to lease it, and let's just say it costs $1,000 a day, and I kept paying hourly fees for it. Once I reach the total value of the tractor, we pretty much get to keep it. That's the way I understand it, but like I said, it's been a while since I read that mod. I thought about that when I was thinking about the situation that we're talking about just leasing and buying used stuff. Yeah, it's something I am going to consider, but I got to look into that mod. It's just ideas I want to shoot out for the next possible series. And like I said, I don't have a map picked out or anything like that. I'm just putting some ideas out there to see if you guys would be interested in seeing something like that. I always try to throw a little bit something different into just farming on a map. Give yourself some restrictions, so it's not the same. I don't want to say the same play style. You just don't get into yourself a routine of just purchasing the same stuff. And by just leasing equipment or only being able to buy what's in the used section, it's not like if the first thing I would like to, if I do this scenario, the first thing I would like to get on the map, of course, is a tractor, because you need a tractor for everything. It's not like I can say, well, let's go ahead and get, a John Deere 7R and start farming. It's like, well, I just can't go buy a new one. What's in the used section? And it might be, a Fendt or a New Holland or a Case or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, does it meet the horsepower requirement we're going to need on the farm? We got to make some decisions as we go along. And it's not like we say, well, I need a tractor for 350 horsepower because this is the drill I want to get. Well, I can't just go out and buy a drill. We got to see what shows up in the used section. So I think it'll be kind of interesting in that sense. And I also think like a money restriction as well would be kind of a good thing to have, but I don't have any ideas, limits, or nothing set in stone on this possible next series, but I'll keep reading your comments and seeing how it goes. And like I said, Selendra here, this should be the second episode during this week, so definitely we'll have another episode this week, and I'm guessing all of next week, 3 episodes next week, and that will probably be close to wrapping it up, if not really already wrapped up. So basically what I'm saying is probably 4 more episodes after this one, because after we actually plant this field here, we're pretty much zipping through, other than selling the fabric and the planks. We pretty much just got to take care of the animals, make sure the factories are all set, and then it's down to harvest time, and that's going to be pretty much all she wrote. I know a few people said no, continue on the series, but for the amount of money that we're making, and there isn't that much more land I could possibly buy, and trying to farm every little small field here, yeah, it's just I just don't think it'd make a good viewing for most people, because it's hard to, that'd be like a lot of work for one person, and it's like, well, just hire workers, but the fields are so small, it just doesn't. I just don't feel like hiring workers for a small little area. I think throughout this whole Let's Play in this series, we've hired Frank once, and that's it. I don't think I've hired a worker more than once. I could be wrong on that, but I know it was once, and that was when we mowed. We were mowing the grass fields, and he followed behind us with a tedder and turned the grass over to make some hay. And I don't know if we'll even get a chance to even sell these soybeans that we're planting, because I'm pretty sure the best time to sell soybeans is not going to be when we're harvesting. It's been a while since I sold soybeans in FS22, so I don't know when the peak time is. It's like eggs. I know eggs are in November, silage is usually December, January, and it seems like the cycle for the economy is the same on every map. So once you know the product that you're selling, you pretty much know roughly when the best time to sell some products. Fabric, I don't really, well, fabric I should know, it's April/May, which is same for clothing. Must be a spring clothing sale that goes on around the farming parts. Well, definitely have enough seed and fertilizer. Seed I wasn't worried about. Fertilizer I was kind of questioning. I thought we were going to have enough, but I got way more than I thought I was going to have at the end of this. You can see one of our wheat fields right in front of us. That should be ready for harvest in August. Chickens will be happy to hear that. Although I think I've said it before, I would be kind of curious, what would chickens actually prefer, sorghum or wheat? I want to say sorghum, but I only say that because I used to have birds myself, and I used to buy them sorghum often, and when they saw that, they would go nuts for it. Alright, let's go ahead, and we are done with the drill, which, nope, we don't want to put it here. We want to go ahead and put it into our horse stable, and I can't make that corner. We want to go ahead and put it in our horse stable on the other side, get it out of the elements. Don't want the UV rays from the sun beating down on it. Alright, so the next step is we'll grab the telehandler, which I still think is over at, yeah, I see it. Still over at the sawmill. I'm going to cut down a couple of trees and just stick that into the mill to make sure it's good enough to run all the way to May. And then it's just fast forward some time. Oh, did I bring over the wool yet? Yes, I did. The wool's been brought over. Just fast forward some time until it is time to sell the fabric. Let's see if I can get this drill in there, and I gotta leave some room for the animal trailer. Let's see if I put the drill on as we look at it the right side, that'd be better, because I get to be more room. Sorry, not the animal trailer. I think the grain trailer I've been bringing over here. Yeah, the grain trailer should be over here. I was like, I knew I had two things parked over here. I just couldn't remember what the other one was. It was the grain trailer that I just put away. Well, I got room for it over here if it needs to be. Looks like I went over the crops a little bit there, but that's fine. The chickens, they looks like they got room for eggs to spawn. Let's go ahead and we'll just park the Fiat in here for now. Well, how much do I got in here? Alright, so I need at least 10,000 liters of wood into the mill to get it through another month. Looks like I got a log there I can bring on over. Is that one of mine, or is that a... Yes, one of ours. So let's go ahead and we'll cut this one down. I need to come over here at some point and take care of the stumps. Not that it really matters too much, because I'm not going to mow over here anymore. But I should get rid of the stumps anyways. We do got the stump grinder, so we might as well, you know, put that to use. I guess if I was here longer for future development, I could use this space over here. Although this land was technically free. Let me go ahead and we'll cut that there. And we'll cut this one here. Alright, so 2 trees should do it. So there's 1 tree, and I'm going to start picking these up and get these out of the way. And I'm not going to let you watch me struggle a little bit bringing these over here. I think we've seen enough of that the past few episodes. And this tree right here, the second one we're putting in, should be more than enough. The first tree and the extra log that we had, that got us up to like 9,500. So this tree should definitely give us enough time in the month of May to get things done. I'm thinking the second log I brought over, that fell out before I extended the arm, so that may not be in the trigger, so I may have to move that one. Don't you roll too far out of the trigger that way. What's in the trigger, what isn't? That's the question, right? Yeah, of course. Always one. Always one. There we go. Up to 14,000 liters. So that's good enough for now. Let's go ahead and bring this on in. We still got this manure grab still leased, but that's fine. I think it's like $50, $100 a day that I have it. More than fine. So I think we're all set other than... I was just checking on the fabric, see what's doing. The price is still going up. Let's see, the animals, the sheep got plenty of food. We sold sheep today. So the one thing I'm going to do, just in case we don't sell the fabric today, we got 16,000. We're going to actually pay out 15,000 of that. Leave ourselves 1,400 in the bank account. Loan down to 625, meaning 625,000. And since it's only midday, we're still going to bring some money in from, well, every hour we bring money in from the wind turbine. And of course, we are selling sunflowers and strawberries every hour as well. Wait, where's my other trailer is right over there. So that's all set to go. The Fiat is ready to go. But it looks really weird now, having these two fields over here being planted. Great demand at Zito products. That wouldn't be the fabric, would it? Because that'd be great. No, apparently not. But we'll check on this page here just to be sure. Fabric. So 3860. Yeah, so it can be sold as Zito product. That's why I got excited when I saw that. But it's not for that. So I'll see you when I see you. Next up is selling fabric. The question is, when will that be and what will the price be? Well, I think this is the price we're going to sell it for. Yeah, the arrow's been there for a while, not long after we left. But the price is still increasing, but now it's slowed down so much and it's getting dark and I don't want to do it too much while it's in the dark. So I think $38.84 is what we're going to sell it for, which is better than last year. Apparently, when it was $38.69, we should get $354,209. We don't have precision farming scoring or anything like that here, so no extra bonuses. So yeah, it is getting kind of on the dark side. Just 2 sets of lights on here. All right, we'll leave the lights on. And once again, when I go to edit this video, if it seems a little bit too dark, I may brighten it up for you guys. That way you can see a little bit better. But I think the lights around here might be enough. It's kind of weird that when I go to edit it, that it looks a little bit darker than I know when it gets on YouTube. Finally, it's even darker then. All right, let's grab our trailer here. And then you can see the money did get up to $4,500 from the wind turbine that we got. I don't know if I want to call it a wind turbine. It's a windmill. And, of course, selling sunflowers and strawberries from the greenhouses. All right, let's grab the ones in the spawn point first. There's only 4 of them. But it's going to grab the ones way over there first, I suppose. Either way, just grab them. We got to bring them all, right? Why are you stopping for? Don't stop. Keep on filling. You going to take more than that? No? All right, so they're all strapped in. 42,000 liters of clothing. I'm going to try to stay on the road if I can. Oh wait, I am bringing it to the main shop up here. I'm so used to this going there for fabric. The farm shop, yes. Probably shouldn't stop once I got going because, well, you know, so much weight behind us. Glad I repaired the Fiat before I did this, because having a lot less horsepower would probably not work out too well. I probably should also take a screenshot of me selling the fabric at some point, in case I forget, which I tend to do often. Yeah, no problems with this trailer. The other trailer we had issues where the axle was. The back end would just get way too heavy. And then it would lift the Fiat off the ground, and then the pallets were too high from the sell point. And I'm going to try to stay out of the farmer's fields because I don't know what he's got planted in them. So I'll swing around this homeowner's land area. Swing around. We're all set. Let's go grab another load. And it should be, I should get another full load, I think. And then we'll have a third load. I would say there's about 10 more pallets of fabric left after this. But yeah, let's go get another $160,000, shall we? All the sheep's wool and the cotton that we grow in the greenhouses. And of course, spending all that money to upgrade the spinnery 4 or 5 times, whatever it was, definitely paying off now. I probably could make a little bit more on fabric throughout the year, only because the sheep just don't keep up with the wool that the spinnery can take. So if I was not selling sheep, I could make more fabric, but I think I make up for it by the amount of sheep that we sell per year. I mean, it's not quite every month, but pretty darn close to it that we sell 13 sheep for $1,000. Right, can you grab the ones that are over there as well? You can. And is that all that's in the spinnery? Have we grabbed everything? Yeah, there's no more fabric in there. So this is what we got left. Just barely get around that trash can. Just barely get around my wheat field. Bank is either going to be very happy or very sad. Very happy that they're getting a whole bunch of money from me pretty soon, but also sad that they can't, they're not going to get as much money from me every month on interest. So another 27,000. So I think with that total, we'll pay off 350. That should get us below $300,000 on the loan. And it'll leave me $7,000 in the bank account. I mean, I don't need that much cash, but, who knows what I might want it for in the morning. I don't see myself doing more firewood. I think we've played that one out as much as I could. So, yeah, we're good on the firewood. Let me go park up the trailer. And we'll call it a day here in Selendra. And maybe I'll get to leveling out some of these roads next time, because I do have the mod that can take care of that, even though we don't quite own land there. This farmer is going to sleep very well tonight, knowing that the loan has dropped as much as it has. Yeah, so as for the grass field, I will fertilize. Yeah, run into your animal trailer. I will fertilize that because that will definitely increase the yield off the grass field. And definitely got to make sure I keep up on that now, because that is the only grass field. And that's marginal if that could take care of our animals or not. We definitely got enough to get through the end of the series, but if I'm going to keep on farming like we are farming here forever. All right, let me just double check on the animals here. I did bring a bale over to the sheep because I just don't want to have to deal with that in case they were low when I was selling the fabric. So there's a bale sitting there. The chickens are still good, of course. I do believe the horses are going to have enough everywhere. And, of course, the factories should be fine. Yep. We're looking good there. The sawmill, that number looks kind of low, but that's good for another month. And of course, the spinnery, we're slowly getting on the cotton. We're slowly getting on down there. The wool, yeah, that's up to the sheep. Oh, wait a minute. That means if I pay off the loan first, I almost said call it a night. That would have been bad. Not bad, but not what we wanted to do. All right, just keep on clicking that button. 400,000 left. 300,000 left. So that's a good number to stay at, $275,000. So the previous night we paid $2,200 in loan interest. So let's find out what we get down to. I mean, it's got to be almost half, right? So it may can it be below 1,000? I think it's gonna be just over 1,000. Where is no loan interest 916? So we went from 2,200 down to 916. That's pretty darn good. Great demand at plank selling station. Now the planks don't get sold until July. Planks 1352. Yeah, not really what we're looking for. What's the plank selling station? What do they? Not that I'm not gonna. I could probably go through everything. Not too sure, but I just want to double check in this page here. That's planks long. Where's the planks? Planks by planks. Yeah, so not the best price. I said 275, right? 275, and right now we're looking at 264 for planks. But it's only May, and the planks don't sell until July. So we'll have plenty of planks. The planks alone will, of course, finish off that loan payment. Of course, we will be selling some more sheep. I'm pretty sure I got some sheep to sell today. The soybeans. Lovely, lovely soybeans. Lovely, lovely soybeans. So for the month of May, the only thing I got to do is take care of the sawmill. I may just do that off camera because we've been doing a lot of woodwork and taking care of the sawmill. And really, it's just me cutting down a few trees and sticking them in there. I may actually pile a whole bunch of logs in there, and that way we won't have to worry about it for the rest of the series. We shall see. The spinnery, I'm sure, has no more wool. Yeah, well, it's got 30 liters, so the sheep barely keep up with it. So that's good. And, of course, no more grass fields. So I do got that grass field, so I'll have to fertilize that at some point today. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Wait and see what next episode brings. But we could be zipping right until, time to do the planks. We may be selling the planks next episode, and loan will be bye-bye. And then, we can really watch the money come on in. And the chickens, how you guys doing on some eggs? Oh, that's right. I do have to bring the wool over, of course. And, of course, we got a lovely field of canola. What's going to be the first thing that we harvest? It's got to be the wheat or barley, right? Well, we didn't plant any barley, so it's going to be the wheat. Wheat, we planted, I think it's September, so we might be able to harvest that in July. And then, let's see, soybeans won't be until October. And, of course, we got canola. Canola will be ready in... Did I plant that last year? I must have planted that last year. I was trying to think. I thought I planted in the spring, but I must have planted it last year. That's why I was hesitating. That might not be ready until August. I may have planted that in September. But more than likely, it's going to be the wheat first. So we got some wheat harvesting. So it looks like next episode we'll be selling the planks and then probably getting right into harvesting. So I'll probably get the grass field fertilized. And like I said, we'll take care of the sawmill also between episodes. So that's up and running and going. And of course, I'll take care of the animals as I move along. But next episode, we should be in like June, July. I'm pretty sure it's going to be June. June. Yeah, we'll just say June. Anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Selendra. But until then, have a good one.